Hello everyone, this is the hole transferring tutorial using the 3D CAD software called NX. When designing assemblies, sometimes you'll use bolts to put parts together. Today I'll go through two ways to transfer holes in 3D design so that they align perfectly. The first one is quick and dirty, called quick hole transfer. The second one has one more step in the middle where you define your origin. Some prior knowledge for this micro lesson would be the previous video on creating a hole feature and manipulating sketch origins. But now let's begin. So now let's start with the quick hole transfer. Let's say we're adding this stopper assembly to our main assembly. And now we want to transfer those holes onto our plate. We double click on our plate and go to the hole function. We select a threaded hole and then we go to the settings. We don't have imperial, we use metric in this case, and from the catalog the type of hole is M8. Now we select somewhere near the top face and we're transferred into the sketch environment. It's created a hole here, or a point, that we will delete later. And now to transfer the holes, we need to first select entire assembly to be able to select those holes. And we're gonna make sure that we only select the center, so we're gonna turn that on. And click for the first and the second hole. Once we're done, we do close and remember to delete that initial hole that was created. Now you click finish. And since we already selected the size, we can click OK, and there you have it. Our holes have been transferred from the stopper to our main plate. So this is the quick way of transferring holes. But now we might run into some problems with these threaded holes when, let's say, the feature it was attached to randomly decides to be moved, or we changed it. So let's say we changed that slot location to 6. As you can see, the threaded holes moved with it. And the reason for that is when we created these points, the origin of the sketch was attached to the slot. So if we create holes like this, we may inadvertently move holes when making modifications to other parts of the model. For this reason, I'll show you how to define the origin while creating a hole transfer. So some steps will be the same to what we've already done. So let's begin. We double click on our part and we create a hole again. Now, repeating the same steps, we select the type of hole, which is threaded, and then we go down to our settings. We're using metric, not imperial, and the size is M8. Now what we're doing different this time is we're going to select the position, and this is done by the sketch section. So you click on that and it starts figuring out where we want the origin to be. So let's say we want that to be our origin. It selects that automatically. It created the horizontal reference and the sketch origin. Let's say we want to change it to down here, so we click on that sketch origin and change our horizontal reference to this edge. Now we continue by creating some points. So we select the points, and as always we double check that we can click on an entire assembly and that the center of the circle is selected. Now we find our points and we close and we're finished. Now we can click OK and we are done with our holes. Well, that's all for now, and don't forget to see the attached documents for review.